Nice. What is this joint? Hey, has anyone seen Rick or George or Bree? Am I in the right place? Hang on. Years ago, a vision was born, a vision dedicated to safeguarding Florida's coastal resources and creating a solution for our fisheries for generations to come.
In 1985, a group of passionate anglers and conservationists came together, united by a common goal.
They understood the importance of conservation and the need for sustainable practices to protect our water, habitat, and fisheries.
Today, there are more than 1.7 million licensed saltwater anglers in Florida.
Some of them are true conservationists.
But only a small percentage can call themselves members of CCA Florida.
Your membership at CCA Florida gives a name
and a purpose
to the struggle to protect the future of fishing.
Offshore, nearshore, and inshore, CCA Florida stands for angler access, water quality, and sustainable use of our saltwater marine resources.
It's members like you who are making sure the Florida I grew up with will be there for my children.
For your children.
For our children.
The Florida chapter of the Coastal Conservation Association was formed during dramatic times. In its first decade, CCA helped secure game fish status for redfish and pulled off an historic grassroots effort to protect Florida's fisheries. CCA assembled an army of volunteers that collected more than 500,000 petition signatures to get a constitutional amendment on the ballot to ban gill nets in state waters. Today, the association is well known as a champion for inshore fishing, but more than half of CCA Florida's current work is devoted to blue water issues. We're fighting against long lines in the Atlantic, misguided snapper and grouper closures, catch shares, speed restrictions, and no fishing zones. Throughout the state, we are working to preserve our fishing heritage. In places, that means rehabilitating inshore flats. In others, it means opposing unwarranted closures in our legendary waters, like the proposal to ban bottom fishing on the east coast of Florida.
Advocacy has always been a heart of CCA Florida's mission. And from policy changes to grassroots campaigns, CCA Florida has championed the causes that protect our marine environment and support sustainable fishing practices. CCA Florida also had a hand in establishing the state's first saltwater recreational fishing license, transforming tarpon into catch and release fishery, and extending protection for bonefish and permit into federal waters. In 2021, CCA Florida unveiled the Conserve Florida Fisheries license plate. CCA Florida advocated for the license plate at a state level, and the bill was unanimously passed by the legislature in 2020. The plate now is available at every DMV, and all proceeds from the redfish tag directly support habitat protection across the state.
Since 2010, and in collaboration with the Building Conservation Trust, CCA Florida and its partners have contributed over $11 million toward habitat restoration projects statewide. CCA Florida has deployed 48 artificial reefs, including 8 vessels and over 8,000 tons of limestone and concrete reefing materials around the state. CCA Florida has also restored 38 oyster reefs and has donated over 100 tons of recycled oyster shell from our oyster recycling program, deployed over 40 million live clams, planted more than 50,000 mangroves and spartina grass, restored over 4.5 miles of shoreline, and removed over 90 tons of trash from our coastal waters.
From advocating for stronger marine policies to restoring vital habitat, CCA Florida has played a pivotal role in improving the health of our estuaries and supporting the recreational angler. Since 2019, and in partnership with the Duke Energy Mariculture Center, CCA Florida's Stock Enhancement Program has released more than 500,000 redfish, snook, and spotted sea trout across our state, and recently added tripletail as the newest species to its Stock Enhancement Program. Thanks to dedicated partners and members, CCA Florida has achieved remarkable milestones and continues to be at the forefront of conservation.
CCA Florida's work impacts all of us, and we are introducing kids to our great tradition by funding the Fred Crable Youth Scholarship Program, supporting statewide youth fishing tournaments, and hosting Florida's largest family-friendly fishing competition, CCA Florida Star. And to date, CCA Florida has awarded over $1 million in college scholarships to youth anglers. It's that kind of work that makes you proud to be a part of this organization. And my wife and I are passionate supporters of CCA Florida and are both Legacy Life members. I also gave my 2 sons life membership. And as a father, giving membership to my kids is an important part of teaching them the life lessons about responsibility and giving back. And with more than 1.7 million licensed saltwater anglers in the state, we can all do more to spread the message to our fellow anglers about what CCA Florida is doing for them.
In the past 4 decades, we've led significant initiatives that enhance and sustain water quality, habitat, and our fisheries.
And playing a lead role to defend the gillnet ban from a 2013 lawsuit that led to gillnetters operating in Florida for the first time since 1994. In fact, CCA Florida has helped defend the gillnet ban 15 times since its passage.
And to increase CCA's potential to protect and restore habitat, we form partnerships like our alliance with the Building Conservation Trust.
Our vision extends beyond the present. We are committed to innovative solutions and community engagement, ensuring that Florida's coastal resources thrive for years to come. So join us, support CCA Florida's efforts to conserve, promote, and enhance our natural resources.
CCA Florida, creating solutions since 1985.
For the habitat.
For the recreational angler.
For the fish.
I'm off the hot seat.
You're off the hot seat.
Sorry.
All right, I'm going to contact SAG.
Is it lunchtime yet?